Good morning.
Yeah, hope you are able to hear me, right? Okay. So yesterday we discussed about the additional topic called transport request, and today we will discuss only the glance of ABAP. And again, I have added this complete ABAP into our codes also, apart from our FICO with the ECC and S4HANA. I'm trying to cover because majority questions are asked file transports, file interfaces. So I'm going to add this ABAP, at least a few things in our regular code. So today I'll give a glance. What do you mean? What is exactly ABAP will do, right? How the program will be written and what are the different interfaces, definitely whenever as I said that earlier also, whenever you are mentioning as an I have involved in one implementation project or complete support projects in the sense, definitely they will ask how the data will be migrated. Clear? And what are the different tools are there to migrate files from SAP as non-SAP to SAP, SAP to non-SAP, SAP to SAP, right? What are the different file formats are there, right? What are the different interfaces are there? What do you mean by what are the interfaces will have only inbound, and what are the interfaces will have inbound and outbound? Clear? So those things we'll try to cover in today's topic, and we will continue this ABAP, this thing, whatever knowledge I'm having, I'm trying to acquire myself also, and I'll convey the same thing to you. So what is the difference between modification and enhancements? So those things in coming classes, we will discuss more about ABAP. Is that clear? Any questions before I proceed? Any questions? Yes, no.
No.
Okay. Okay. So here. Okay. So we are going to start with ABAP. Let us, okay, ABAP. What is ABAP actually? The abbreviation of ABAP is, write it down if possible, Advanced Business Application Programming. Okay, Advanced Business Application Programming. Okay. So this is nothing but a programming language which is written all SAP screens. So as I said that the what we call the origin of ABAP was earlier before 2000. Before 2000, I'll take Excel. Okay, before 2000. Before 2000 millennium, right? So we used to have there is no ABAP till before 2000. Okay, so we used to have a programming language called COBOL. What is COBOL? COBOL stands for Common Business Oriented Language. Common Business Oriented Language. So this was introduced by this particular programming language was introduced by IBM. All business machines used to write the program in this one COBOL language. So SAP is also the old 1972 to whatever we called, because SAP is also a partner earlier of IBM only. Okay, SAP AG was also, but okay. So till 2000, before that, even SAP was also written in this particular programming language only, Common Business Oriented Language. So what was the issue in the sense? So there is a hope whether people know is or not. So business programming language had an issue as a Y2K problem, year 2000 problem. Year 2000 problem means in this particular program, which will start 0002, like your vehicle mode, this thing. Okay, 0002, it used to end with all nines. Okay, so what does it mean? After this 999, and if the date, this is nothing but, sorry, date format, this is date format. Okay, so it started, it's a date format from all zeros to 999. So this particular date, for example, it used to accept 1909. Okay, 1999 means nothing but, you can take it as a not 19, you can take it as a 0999, or it used to take it as a 9999. DD, sorry, DD, YY. Means after this, once the system, your server date or system date reached, okay, system date reached this particular date, then automatically very next day normally it should display it as an 10/9/1999, correct? But what the program was written is, this will used to take it as an again 0000, like this. So again, it was going back to this particular date. So majority programmers, majority organizations, majority companies tries to rectify this particular date format, but no one has done that. So they came up with a different programming languages, different programming languages. So SAP came up with a program. There's a basis, same code and everything, almost all similar, common business oriented language only, but they came up with a new programming language called ABAP programming language. Clear? So in this particular language, it got rectified, but not in COBOL. So new generation language is introduced called ABAP. Clear? So from this particular date onwards, whatever date we mentioned, after that, every specific business programming, Tally is introduced with a language called Petrotronics. Clear? Wings came up with a Sybase business language. Like that, SAP came up with ABAP programming language. Clear? And this programming language is also, as I said, that all the features almost are taken from COBOL only, but the background would be a Java. Basic language would be a Java language, Java programming language. So what is exactly ABAP stands for? So entire SAP screens in the backend, entire SAP screens, whatever FB60 or Miro, whatever screens are there, right? All are developed, okay, in ABAP programming language only. In the backend, there would be a program, right, which will be written by a ABAPer, a software person, right? See, again, I'm telling you, we are also a software persons as a functional consultant, but we are not going to write a single line program as a set. Only we will give the conditions wherever it's required as a validation and substitution. But major programming language was written by ABAPer, and that programming language, we call it as a ABAP. Advanced, here I have mentioned, what is abbreviation of ABAP is Advanced Business Application Programming. Advanced Business Application Programming. Clear? So SAP has introduced their own programming language called, okay, entire. So what we can do with this particular programming language? So in the backend, it is written. So we can retrieve the data. So we know what is the what is the system landscape, correct? What is the system landscape? Yesterday also we discussed, right? There would be, see, database server. We have database server, right? Next one, what would be in the middle? Database server, application server, and next what? GUI, presentation layer. That we already discussed. What do you mean by a database layer or database server, application server, and presentation server, right? So whenever we retrieve, for example, if I want to view one document in SAP, okay, in FB03. So how it's going to work, FB03, you want to view the document, a list of document, or you want to see one particular document. So you will give FB03 and for example, I'll show you. See here, this is my transaction code. What is transaction code? Screen name is nothing but transaction. Here application. So here FB03 is, I'm asking, so to open this particular application, FB03. See here. So I want document number. I'm giving a company code. For example, what is our company code? Okay, fiscal year 2023. So I'm asking to retrieve the document numbers, whatever exist for this company code. So if I press enter document, if I click on document list, if I don't know, then see here, I'm mentioning here, click on execute button. Click on execute button means I am asking the system to retrieve the document numbers which are exist in this particular company code. Okay. So if I'm saying here, see here, see all the document numbers got retrieved. So how it's working? Clear? How this particular, whenever I given a document number or documents, FB03 transaction code or any other transaction codes, then how the data is retrieving. So that will be written in backend. There would be written in a programming language called Advanced Business Application Programming, ABAP. So here it will, see, this is your GUI. This is our GUI. GUI is nothing but your screen. GUI. Okay, it won't take. Sorry. This is my GUI. Okay. Nothing but front end screen. Front end screen. Okay. And this is my backend. So this we won't, this is a virtual. We can't see this. Okay, these two. Application layer, database layer. Whenever we request, then it will go to application layer. Application layer is nothing but your RAM now. Okay, so here it will done the process. And it will check in your database layer. Okay, and once whatever request we have raised, so that will be picked from your database server. Okay, and it will again comes to your application layer. The next it will come into your GUI. So this is a process, correct? Already we discussed in our initial classes. Correct? Okay.
Yes.
So what are the things we can do in ABAP? In the sense, we can create reports. We can report forms. Okay. Lot of things we can do. We are going to discuss. Okay. Tables, enhancements. Okay. Right? Everything, whatever transactions we do, that everything will be written in ABAP. ABAPer only. Fine. One second. So here I have written what are the syllabus we are going to cover. See, again, it's not our syllabus. Again, I'm telling you, it is not related to FICO, but whatever majority I saw in interviews also, if we are updating as an FICO consultant. So at 10% interview questions are coming from this ABAP. So that is the reason, major important chunk I would like to cover. This is almost all 12 to 15 hours class. So almost all 4 to 5 weekend classes we need to take, 5 weekend at least. We need to take on this ABAP programming, so that we can answer. See, again, why we are covering this particular thing in the sense, everyone will keep their resume as at least 3, 4, or 5 years real-time experience. We will modify our resumes and we are going to keep. So at that particular point of time, definitely they will try to pull our leg, okay, to check what are the enhancements we have done, what are the modifications we have done, okay, what are the different file formats are there, right? What are the different interfaces are there? So if we do in our regular codes, whatever FICO we are doing, if we do the same thing, then definitely, okay, that configuration we will do. Real time also we will discuss. But in the backend, if, for example, we'll do BRS in our, for example, BRS we are going to do, or in what we call F110 payment process. In that, we will retrieve what we call document, PDF. So if we want to send someone in real time, we will send to someone, customer or vendor, right? How we are sending, how the interface is happening. Customer or vendor is using a different system. Bank in BRS, bank is using a different system. So how the interface happens, what are the different file formats we are going to use? So those things, definitely they will try to pull our leg. So real time persons, and same time the people who have done only the trainings, who took the trainings and they modified their resumes, so definitely they are going to caught over there. Because we mentioned our one implementation project or 2 support or 3 support projects or anything you are mentioned, definitely these things we need to work on these things. Clear? So that is the reason I am trying to cover. So just write it down. Course outline, I'll try to cover as much as possible whatever knowledge I'm having and this thing. So just write it down. So here we are going to talk about first one, introduction to ABAP, list processing in ABAP in this 10 to 15 whatever sessions. So 4 to 5 week sessions, we are going to cover introduction to ABAP, list processing in ABAP, list processing in ABAP, open SQL and internal table, internal table, internal table. Next one, event-driven programming, event-driven programming and selection screen, selection screen, message debugging, message, this is a template, message, next one, debugging, file transfers, and type group. Okay, so here again, how to start the program, what is introduction to ABAP? ABAP, nothing but how to start the ABAP programming, how we need to open a program, okay, in introduction to ABAP part. Okay. Okay, in list processing in ABAP, we are going to see how to run the program. Here we can see how to open a program, how to write a program. We are going to see not in depth, only few lines I'll show you because I need to take a server for this. ABAP server is different. Okay, and here we will see how to execute a program, different list. Okay, reports, how to open report concept, we will see. Okay. Okay. Okay, and here we are going to see, this is most important here, how we are going to retrieve the data, how we are going to retrieve the data from different internal tables. So there is a concept called select. Okay, select, there is an option. I hope everybody has knows about the database management system, DBMS, in and SQL. In SQL, every table, every data will be stored in the tables, right? Even in S4HANA, everything, I'll explain that also. What is the difference between ECC tables and S4HANA tables, right? In this particular stage only, I'll explain this. Okay, so here, how to retrieve the tables. Okay, and what are the different data tables we have, database tables. Okay, internal, we are going to discuss about internal tables, clear, and external tables also. Okay. Okay, and here we have, this is what are the screens we can design, how the screens will be designed, SAP screens will be designed, how to sell, how we will see the selection screens, how the selection screens need to be retrieved. So those things we are going to see in this particular topic. And next one, different messages, types of messages. We know that different messages, how many types of messages we have in SAP? How many types of messages we have in SAP?
3.
What are they?
One is hard stop error, one
Mhm.
is warning message, and
Mhm.
one is, green, when it's all
What
okay.
does it mean?
Green means all okay.
That is, green is nothing but success message.
Yeah.
We call it as a success message. Okay. First one we have, that is nothing but red color is nothing but your error message. So it will not allow, whenever it is a messages, right? First message, we can see first one, error message. What error, excuse, what error message means? It will not allow us to move forward next step. That is called, which is in red color. Okay, that will not allow us to move forward to the next screen or whatever it is. So that message we call it as a okay, error message. Next one we have warning message. Warning message normally in yellow color, clear, yellow color, and that this is not a error message. It okay. When we get a warning message, it allow us to move to the next screen. Okay. Next one, success message. So without no errors, then automatically it will show in green color. It will show in green color. Okay, that is nothing but a success message. Next, we have one more message called information messages. Information messages. And next, see, wherever you find, it will pop up information messages. For example, down payment exists. If you are processing one down payment request and your already down payment is there for one particular vendor, okay, down payment or advance payment is there for one particular vendor. Okay, when we are trying to process normal invoice, then automatically system will pop up a message. This particular vendor has having a down payment or advance payment of so and so amount. Clear? So that is nothing but your information messages. Next one, we have one more message type called append messages. Okay. It will show W as a warning. Okay. E as an error message, A as an append message. We are going to discuss each and every error in depth in the last topics. Okay. All Okay, in this we are going to learn not only standard messages, we can create our own custom messages where we have to maintain our custom messages, where the standard messages are maintained. All those stuff we are going to discuss in this particular messages. Okay, and next one. Okay, next one, debugging. Debugging is nothing but in the backend, how the programming is processed when we execute. As I said that FB03, when I have given a document list, when I asked document list, so in the backend, how the program runs, how the programs checks. So at the time of debugging only, the system will throw the error messages. Means at the time of checking, if any error is there, complete error, then it will throw a error message. If everything is fine, then there is a slight changes in the message, then it will throw it as a warning message. If everything is fine, it will throw it as a green message. That is nothing but success message. So that is called debugging. We are going to see how it will compile completely, how the program is going to compile completely from start to end to start. Clear? Right? Okay. Any questions still here?
No, sir.
Okay. So all these messages will be displayed except information message. All the other messages will be displayed in status bar. Right? All messages will allow us to move to next screen, allow us to move to next screen except error message. Error message will not allow us to move next screen. See, again, I'm saying error message, warning message, information message, clear. And next one, abandoned messages. Error message, warning message, information message, clear, abandoned messages, right? These all will display on status bar. They will display on status bar. Except the error message, every message will allow us to move from one screen to another screen. Okay. So information is nothing but a pop-up, as I said, that down payment request. So sometimes it will show on your status bar. Sometimes it will be shown somewhere in the middle of the screen. Clear? So that is called information message. It will pop up. Okay. And next one. Again, so you need to remember this, where it will be displayed, information message, error. Will they ask this thing in the sense? No, at the time of writing any sort of what we call validation and substitution, we need to keep in that mind what kind of errors we are going to get. And we need to give the condition on that particular way. Okay, because customized messages we are going to write. One second. Next one, the most important topic is file transfer, file processing. This is normally most of the questions as a functional consultant we are going to get on file transfers. So you can ignore all this, not an issue, no, not a problem. But definitely as I mentioned, whenever we are mentioning as implementation project we have completed, we have involved in implementation project or any other support project, then definitely they are going to ask the questions about different types of file transfers. So what is file transfer? Okay. So file transfer technique, what we call file transfer technique, whatever different techniques are there. So techniques, file transfer techniques, we call in SAP as, we call it in SAP as interfaces, interface technique, interface technique. Okay. Say for example, my company is ABC company. Okay. ABC company, and early it existed from 2000. So till 2000, they are using any other legacy system. Oracle is a non-SAP system they are using, right? And now ABC company wants to introduce in their organization SAP, right? So there is a lot of data is there from 2000 to 2023, for example, I'm taking. So much, lot of data will be there. So that data need to upload documents and all. Okay, posting information in this particular files. So first of all, Oracle will convert that into some file formats. Clear? So whatever non-SAP data is there, initially that particular database will be converted into file format, and that file formats will be uploaded into SAP system. That file formats will be uploaded. See, whatever data, again, okay, again I'm reiterating. So how the data will be updated from a non-SAP to SAP system, in the sense, initially that will be converted into file system, file formats. Clear? We will see what are the different file formats we have. And those file formats, after conversion of those file formats, then that will be uploaded to SAP. Clear? SAP systems. So posted documents, right? Reports, different reports and all. Clear? One second. See, so for example, if there is one document is there, then manually we can upload in SAP. Manually we can upload. We can upload. I'll tell you what is that technique we call. Okay, 1 or 10 documents. But what if thousands of documents are there? Greater than 1,000 or lakhs of documents are there? Then manual upload is not possible. Manual upload is not possible. Because it will take lot of time. Manual upload. It is not possible, in fact. Okay. Everything related, all the fields need to be copied, right? And we need to update. Okay. Okay. So here, let me write. Able to see the screen, right? Or else I'll write. I'll use the Excel only. Okay. What is this called? This program? Manually, it is not possible. If it is one document is okay. But what is this? We call it as this programming. We call it as a manual upload is not possible. Then we have one more method is there. Interface file transferring technique. Interface file transferring techniques. Clear? This is called interface file transferring techniques. So what do you mean by interface file transferring techniques? In the sense, what are the different file transferring techniques? Give me a second. Okay, what are the different file transferring techniques? One is, first one, BDC. What is BDC? BDC is nothing but, how it works, I'll tell you. BDC is nothing but batch data communication. Batch data communication. Right on. What is the technique? What does BDC will do? BDC will use, okay. What is BDC will do? BDC will do, okay, file transfer information from non-SAP to SAP systems. Okay, non-SAP to SAP system. What is BDC? BDC is a programming language, file transfer technique. Okay, so whatever data is there in non-SAP system, for example, anything Tally, Oracle, or whatever the existing the client is using. So the complete data need to be upload from non-SAP to SAP. Then we use normally, this is an old technique. BDC is the very old technique. So what we call BDC is nothing but batch data communication. So file transfer information, okay, from non-SAP to SAP system. Only one way we can take, from non-SAP system to SAP system. So this is called inbound communication, because SAP is receiving, we are receiving. So that is the reason. Inbound and outbound. Inbound is nothing but if we are receiving information, then that is considered as an inbound information. If we are sending to other systems, okay, then that is considered as an outbound information. So this is nothing but inbound. This is called inbound. So again, BDC is a with the BDC. What is BDC? Then definitely we'll say that batch data communication. But how it works, what exactly in the sense, it will collect the data, it will upload the data of non-SAP system, and it will download to SAP. Only one-way process it will do. Okay. And what kind of bound it does do? It will do inbound system. Means it will have only one way. That's it. Not from, we can't do from SAP to other interfaces, other systems. Understood? Any questions here? Or you can write this as a, or you can write it like this: to transfer the data from non-SAP to SAP systems. Okay, anything, Excel file, Notepad file, or any other file information we can transfer from non-SAP to SAP system. Clear? Any questions on this? Any questions? Hope I'm audible to everyone. Hello?
Low level.
Yeah. Please kindly respond.
Yeah. So Navin, so when we are transferring the data from a different system to SAP, so first we need to convert that data into SAP support formats, right? And then we have
No,
to.
any format you can see. As I said, that support format will not be there. There will be a, see, there, as I said, that Excel file format, or it could be a Word format, or it could be a Notepad format, any format. But because the programming is written in SAP, whether what is SAP? Anyone remember what is SAP? You remember last sessions I have in SAP abbreviation. Again, I'm coming back to SAP abbreviation of SAP. What is SAP stands for?
System application product.
Sorry, once again. What is SAP stands for? What is SAP stands for? Somebody said.
Systems, applications, and
System,
programming. Systems,
systems,
applications, and programming.
applications, and programming in data processing. So why I am calling here systems? Why not system? Because see, as I said, I took the same example. Now, whatever we are discussing, right? My bank is using, I'm every day, this is my ABC organization. This is my ABC organization. Okay. This is my ABC organization. Okay. I am dealing with every day. I'm going to deal with the banks. Again, initial classes I'm going. Why we call it as in systems? Okay. We deals in deposits, cash withdrawal, and all those stuffs with the banks, and we deal in with different vendors, okay, and different customers, right? We deal in third party HR like Naukri.com or something. Okay, next one, we deal in legal firms like tax departments. Okay, so here we deal in different here we are using, our system is SAP system. We are using application called SAP. Okay, here banks are using, for example, banking application, for example, they are using Focus. This is software. Okay, vendor is using, for example, BAN. Okay, customer is your HR is using, for example, PeopleSoft. Okay, next one, customer is using, for example, tax department is using in India. So they are using GST Suvidha software. GST Suvidha. Okay. Same if I take BON for this customer also now, or a DBase. Okay. So here, what is happening? Here we are using a program, a software called SAP. And bank is using a different software. Vendors are using a different software. HR is using a different software. Tax department is using a different software, right? Next one, customers are using a different software. And every day we need to communicate with all, every day and every transaction. So here what happens is, so here whatever communication we are receiving from banks and whatever communication we are sending to bank, whatever communication we are receiving from vendors, whatever communication we are sending to vendors, clear? So whatever different sources are there. So here SAP is capable because different file formatting techniques is available in SAP. No any other ERP is having this facility, this feature, clear? So inbound, outbound, different file formats, everything SAP has having a return. So whatever, when for example, bank is sending a bank statement, right? So this will have this their own format. Bank will have their own format. So whenever we upload in our SAP system, what SAP will do is it will convert into SAP file format, SAP format it will convert. Okay, then it will taken into SAP system. First it will upload, download, and again it will upload, it will convert into SAP file format. Then next it will seen in our SAP system. Same thing, whatever. So that is the reason. So SAP is capable to communicate in the sense it will receive the information and it will send the information to different systems. So that is the reason we call it as a systems, not a system. SAP stands for systems. What do you mean by systems? Why we calling it as a systems? Systems are nothing but SAP is capable to communicate to any number of non-SAP system to SAP system, and as well as SAP system to SAP system. So that is the reason we call it as a systems, not system. System means communication between one system to another system. Then it is considered a system. But here SAP is capable to communicate with any number of systems, different software. System in the sense, nothing but here software. So SAP is capable to communicate with different softwares, different systems. So that is the reason we call it as application systems. And we know that what do you mean by applications? So SAP supports different applications. Applications are nothing but your modules. Modules are nothing but your departmental activities. So SAP is not restricted to one department or two departments. It supports almost 36 different departments, the 36 different modules in ECC environment. So that is the reason it is not an application, it is an applications. Clear? Any questions? Yes, no?
No.
Somebody asked a question. So is it clear?
Yes, Navid.
So non-SAP system to SAP system. So BDC will convert any file format of third-party systems, that is nothing but legacy systems, to SAP system. Okay.
Navin, what if we transferring the data from ECC to S4HANA?
Sorry?
What if
That is
we transferring?
upgradation. That is an upgradation. That will
So-
not have any problem for us.
So the format will be same BDC
Same
or
BDC we can use it. I'll explain that also. What is the system file formats we use for upgradation versions?
okay. No.
Okay, non-SAP to SAP. Okay, this is called inbound process. So the files are incoming to SAP. So we'll call it as an inbound process. So definitely one question, BDC. Do you know any idea about BDC? right? First question on this. So yes, we have worked on BDC. Okay, we didn't do directly, but literature, we know that what is an abbreviation? Batch data communication. What it will perform? Batch data communication will perform transfer the data from non-SAP system to SAP systems. Okay, that is nothing but non-SAP to SAP. Only this we will do, not SAP to non-SAP. Okay, it's only one way, non-SAP to SAP. Okay, and this is what kind of process it will perform, BDC. Then one more question. So this is perform inbound process, inbound process. Okay. In the same way, we have another techniques. We have one more technique, IDOC. IDOC. This is also interface program, what we call intermediate document file format. This is mostly we use IDOC. Okay. Intermediate document. I have given few abbreviations here. But yeah, intermediate documents. I'll tell you that outbound communication, outbound process. Okay. IDOC is incoming and outgoing. So you can see here. So IDOC. So what is IDOC? Intermediate document. Okay. What is we can do? We can transfer the data. We can transfer the data. We can transfer the data from okay, from SAP system to non-SAP system, non-SAP system, or non-SAP to two-way process, non-SAP to SAP. Means whenever, okay, what we can do in this IDOC is a most popular tool. Okay, we can transfer the data from SAP to non-SAP systems, and simultaneously we can do non-SAP to legacy, sorry, non-SAP is nothing but legacy system to SAP data, and same time SAP to legacy. Clear? So we can communicate to banks through IDOC process. We can communicate to our vendors through IDOCs. We can communicate to our customers through IDOC. Clear? So this particular process we can do through IDOC. Is this clear? So this we call it, if we are sending from SAP to non-SAP, then it is considered as an outbound process. Okay, so it will do two-way communication. IDOC will do two-way communication. One is we can receive the data and we can send the data. Receiving the data is nothing but your, okay, receiving data is nothing but inbound, and sending data is nothing but your outbound. Okay, BDC is inbound process only, and IDOC will have both the process. Clear? Any questions here?
No.
Okay. So IDOC, most popular tool this is. Okay, next one. How this is going to work, and then in future sessions we'll see. This BDC also I'll show you mostly in most details in future classes. Just have an idea. Okay, just I want to show you what are the different interface techniques.
So Navin, this BDC, IDOC, and this we are going to practically implement in our training.
Most of the IDOC I'll show you definitely because it is in FI part only. But BDC I'll try to give as much as possible because this is a tool actually. So in our training version, it will not available. In real-time environment, it will be available.
Okay.
Okay, but
But
I'll give you
IDOC,
the complete glance, whatever knowledge you want for interview point of view and all those stuff. Definitely, I'm going to give you this. Okay,
okay,
IDOC we are going to see.
IDOC will be available in the training
Yes, yes,
server.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Next one. Next, we have one more tool called LSMW. LSMW. What is LSMW? LSMW is nothing but legacy system migration workbench. So this I'm going to show you in depth in our next classes. Okay. What is LSMW? What LSMW will do? So this is another technique. Okay. Legacy system migration workbench. Okay. Okay. This particular LSMW will also work as a BDC only. LSMW will also work as a LSMW. Okay. So here BDC will be written through a programming language. Okay. LSMW, if you want to migrate a data, so this is completely, we need a help of ABAPer. Whenever we want to use a batch data communication, we require ABAPer. Okay. In LSMW, we don't require any ABAPer. We can do manual upload. If we are having less data, then we can go with the LSMW. That is nothing but non-SAP to SAP system. Clear? This we are going to work again. This we will see in depth. Fine. So using the LSMW only, we can write the validations and substitutions. Using, okay.
But Navin, in real time, I don't think so. We will use this data.
No, we use,
On
why I'll tell you.
transferring.
No, see, again, same time, if we want to do any validations or substitutions, so instead of using BDC, okay, we will use this LSMW technique only. Understood? That's what I said, right? Validations of substitutions we'll see in future, but LSMW we use normally for validations and substitutions, so that would be easy. So instead of taking a help of ABAPer, that's what yesterday I told you, right? So I have given one example. Clear? We have taken, for example, if we are try to park the document with posting date, right? So here we have written a validation stating that. So that validation technique need to be upload, right? Upload to this one SAP. Then what is the thing? Instead of taking a BDC, we use LSMW. Just have a glance. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Next one, BAPI. Okay, BAPI. There is one more technique called BAPI. Okay, you can write an abbreviation of BAPI here. Business Application Programming Interface. Business Application Programming Interface. Business Application Programming Interface. BAPI stands for Business Application Programming Interface. Okay, what BAPI will do? Okay, here this is only inbound process, manual upload, as I said that, only from non-SAP system to SAP system. So this is nothing but inbound process. Inbound process. Next one, BAPI. So okay, within, see, this is inbound, same like your IDOC, inbound and as well as outbound. So within internal SAP systems, within SAP internal systems, what we called from one module to another module if we want to interface. Clear? For example, MM to FI, FI to CO, CO to SD, right? Whatever integrations we are doing. So that interfaces, the data need to be uploaded, right? So then we use BAPI, Business Application Program. Okay. Clear? So all these four are, so all these four are interface programming languages. This is also, BAPI is also not only BAP, what BAPI will do, BAPI will take non-SAP to SAP, and within SAP, any interfaces are required from one module to another module, then we use BAPI. Clear? Okay. So we are going to cover these are very important. We are going to cover these topics in our coming future special classes. Okay, whatever we are going to cover in our upcoming classes, that only I'm going to cover here. Okay, next one. What do you mean enhancement? Did you ever heard about enhancements? What is the difference between enhancements and modifications? I'll give a glance, that's it. As of today, modifications. What is the difference between enhancements and a modification? Okay.
Enhancement means value additions and modification means changes.
Okay, yeah. So enhancement in the sense, for example, if I go to, so this is the SAP standard layouts, for example, these, whatever layout I am having here, whatever I'm displaying here. So that is a standard one. Clear? These are standard. Fine. And apart from this, so these are the all standard what SAP has provided, column set you can see, right? So here, I want to disable here everything. If I move here, everything will be get enabled actually. So it will be get enabled here. So you can see here, document, whatever it is showing in a graded, it is graded out. You can see here some field, some here it is showing graded. So for example, I want to ungrade this, or I want to grade this particular area. Okay. After selection also, if I won't select reference number in my standard this one layout, then it will not display. But here it should be display heading. But here this is not supposed to be display. This is not supposed to be display. Or for example, in FB60 or any posting document in FB60 or any other posting or reporting, see here. These are the standard fields. So here we can edit or optional. We can do it as you know that what is a required, what is optional, right? So suppress, we can do it. And apart from this, what are the standard fields we can add to our screen in the sense edit options? You can see here editing options. So these are SAP standard options. We are not going to discuss everything. So apart from this, in FB60 screen, I want one additional field which is not there in the visible screen or not in editing option. Clear? Not in editing option. So I want some particular field to be displayed in FB60. Right? Then for that, we are going to write enhancement. We are going to, I'll show you how to write a program for enhancements, different enhancements, right? With the help of Abapper, or we can do, say, as I said that we can do validation or substitution, we can do. So then that is without disturbing the other module, other screens. If we are doing any changes in one particular screen, FB60 screen or Miro screen or any other FB03 screen, so without disturbing the module, existing module or any other modules, right? If we are adding something, then that is considered as an enhancement that we will see in depth in future. Again, I'm telling you. Okay, enhancement. Okay, and what is the major enhancement? Okay, whenever we do upgradation, for example, now I am using ECC. And now probably I'll go with S4HANA or S4HANA 1703, I'm using it. So I'm going to 2023. Okay, then at the time of particular upgradation, so enhancement will not get affected. Enhancement will not get affected. Okay, and there is, if we are doing any enhancement, then SAP key is not required. SAP key is not required. And enhancement is nothing but it will not going to affect other screens. It will not going to affect other modules. Within same module, it is not going to affect other screens and other modules also, but it's not going to be this one. So, and SAP key is also not required to write enhancements. But when it comes to modification, okay, it will affect current module and as well as other modules. And I can say that it's a little dangerous. And if we are doing any module, so how we can do modification, then definitely we need to have SAP key, access key. We call it as an SAP access key. What do you mean by SAP access key? Before you are doing any modification, we need to take approval from SAP AG. Understood? We need to take approval from SAP AG whenever we to do enhancement. It not require, we are not supposed to take any approval from SAP AG. Directly we can do it, not an issue. Clear? But whenever we are going to do a modification, specific modification, okay, one thing, it will affect maybe 90%, it will affect your current module and as well as other module also, right? And we need to have a SAP access key. What is a SAP access key? SAP access key is nothing but we need to have a permission from SAP AG, right? And see, here we purchased a license from SAP. We purchased license from SAP, right? On 1703 version, we have taken permission. We have purchased license and SAP will give the support for whatever tenure is there, SLA is there, till that it will support. But if we do a modification, SAP is not going to give the support. It gives the permission to do modification. But if any issues occurs, if we are going to face in future any issues because of this modification, SAP will not be the responsible for that particular error and it's not going to support most of the times. If you do any sort of modifications, SAP access key is mandatory permission and it will affect current system and mod. Again, for example, suppose as I said that I'm using 1703 version. So we have spent a lot of time, 3 months of time on this particular modification. And now we are migrating to 2023. Then again, whatever time we have spent on these modifications, again in the new version, we need to spend the same time or more than that on these modifications. Is that clear? Any questions? So enhancement will not have that issues. But if any custom specific modifications are required in the standard, then definitely these are the things will get affected. Any questions? So we have a programming called user exit program and customer exit program that we will discuss in next sessions. Any other questions?
So Navin, for enhancements, like if the standard SAP is not, suppose if a client wants a specific report, and if that specific report does not comply with the standard
So
SAP
we can go
report,
ahead
that
with, see, that's what we can write a program. We can ask our ABAPer within the requirement, then we can do it. By asking our ABAPer, they will write a program. And for example, the transaction, they need as a report. So normal SAP reports, we call it as in reports. Okay. And wherever you see Z reports, so this is nothing but customer reports,
okay.
right? Transaction codes. There are SAP, we know that there are more than 60,000 transaction codes are there. Okay. Those are T codes, right? Which are standard, and ZT codes. This is nothing but customer Z, Y. Okay, I have prepared few T codes also to show you people. I'll show you that 1 second. I have kept actually. 1 second. I've created a folder only. This is yeah. See here, which I have done with my real-time experience, which is not supposed to be shown, but see. These are the like FB60 vouchers, Z transaction codes. These are. I'll explain this F110, ZF110. What are the change in ZF110? So all those I have prepared. I'll share these documents in future once we're done with the Sap App part. Is that clear? So those
Yeah,
all come under enhancements only.
so can we replicate these scenarios in the in this practice server?
No, we can't.
Okay.
Just for glance, for your idea purpose, I'm going to share that.
Okay.
Any other questions from anyone? Any other questions? So here, why I am covering this particular thing in the sense. So here we need to discuss more about this interfaces. Clear? In a lot of banking system, we are going to see. So for that particular reason, you need to understand. If I show BRS directly, you will understand. You will mug it up. You will understand. I'm not saying, but how the interface, because this is not a real-time server, right? We are using training server. So we can't see directly the interfaces. So at least if you have a knowledge on this literature, at least, then definitely we will understand how the interface happens in the backend. What is inbound, outbound, and all those stuff. Clear? So next week onwards, I'll mention the timing, but we will have a little more on this ABAP thing. So because as I said that 4 to 5 weeks, apart from our regular class, 4 to 5 weeks we need to spend on this ABAP things. So probably I'm not going to show you how to write a program, but I'll show, right? You know that anyone has run the SQL programming language? Anyone has done the SQL programming? Anyone? Okay, for example, how we have. Okay, so here normally as I said that, so there is a database and how the data will be triggered in the sense, for example, I want to pick one particular document. As I said that, for example, this is my documents. These are my documents. For example, 190099. So here I am giving in my FB03. And I'm giving my FB03 4. This is my document number, company code. For example, I want to view this document number, right? So whenever I'm saying here and I'm pressing enter after giving fiscal year, So this document will be displayed on my screen, correct? But in the backend, what is the query it will write? So here it will be written in structured query language. SQL is nothing but structured query language. So how it will be there in the sense, select queries. So this is very important. So SQL also we are going to cover again, I'm telling you. So select queries. Here I'll write it as an select. So document number. In ABAP coding, we call it as a BLNR. BLNR. Okay, BLNR. So we will give the table names. So here to retrieve the data, okay, it's going to be whenever we are giving here document number, first it will check which table it is affecting, which table the data is stored. And from that table, what document, what bell number it need to be picked. And that it will pick and it will display in front of us. So here we are giving the document number and immediately we are getting. But what is the backend it will write? Backend, it will write a query called select bell number from, what is the table name? It will check BKPF table. So I'll give you, don't worry about tables. This is a table, that's it. Because everything in business language, everything will be stored, entire data will be stored in tables. Entire data will be stored in tables and each table will have a different names. So this is one name. BKPF is one data table name. Clear? So it will check select bell number from BKPF. So what it will do, bell number. So whatever document numbers are there in the posting. So here I am giving one document number, correct? So here instead of that, if I say here blank, okay, then I'm giving this query to the system. I'm giving this query. I'm not mentioning any specific number. So here I'm giving select bell number from BKPF table. So when I execute, it will display whatever transactions are there, whatever documents are there, it will display all the documents from this company code related to this particular company code. And same time, if I give one more query, I want a single document number. I want single document number. Okay. Select star or single document, first document, single star from which table? Okay. Select single star from BKPF. Select single, we can give here star is nothing but all. From all the documents, select a first document, single document. Okay, from BKPF table. So in the backend, it will write, if you give like this document number, if you give document number like this, then it will take out of all this thing. I'm giving this number. Okay, from 2023. Okay, so here select star. Select a single document or select bell number means it will pick all the documents. So data retrieving technique. Select queries are nothing but data retrieving technique. Clear? So we are going to see few more on this. Any questions here? So for FICO consultant, is it required to, okay, is it required to have a knowledge on ABAP? No, it's not at all required. But as per the competitive world, whenever you entered, okay, then definitely you need to have additional knowledge. We need to have additional knowledge because we are going to sit with the different consultants, different module consultant, different technical consultant. So at least whatever they are explaining or whatever they are discussing, it should not be a Greek and Latin science for us. Because that's what I'm saying. Initial, like for example, initial round of interview cracking is not a big deal in SAP environment. But once we enter into client place, because client would be a specific Clear? So these kind of techniques they'll ask. Not always, but sometimes. So that is the reason we are covering whatever additional things are needed for us. So any questions?
No.
Okay. So what we'll do, we will cover the next concept in our next sessions. I'll update the timings and all for our next sessions because we have a weekend other classes also. So according to that, I'll update this. But definitely this, I can't take an individual batch individually. So need to be taken as special sessions. So that's the reason, please make yourself for that coming 4 to 5 sessions or more than that. So try to make available for these sessions. Is that fine?
Yes, Naveen.
Yeah. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Naveen, one thing like today, are we going to have our regular classes?
Regular
The
classes would be, as is mentioned yesterday also, it would be from next week onwards. I'm
okay,
going to check with you people, your batch people, with the timings.
okay, Naveen.
I would like to move little forward the timings. I'll check and I'll write in the group.
Okay, fine, fine.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ravi.
Thank you.
Thank you.